And the final match in the month of April for red hot top of the table FC Dallas takes them to historic RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. Foot of Diaz, but let's not forget the left foot of Michel. That makes them so dangerous with set pieces.
Yeah, if he can continue to contribute defensively and make sure that he keeps the ball and doesn't turn anything over.
Of course, that allows him to stay organized defensively.
Yeah, you know, Bobby Boswell is now the captain. He came up from Houston. He became a winner underneath Kinnear, and he's hoping to make that infectious within this DC United team.
So FC Dallas in the red will head to your left, DC United in the home black to your right, and we are underway.
But I think at the end of the day, he's okay, and it was probably rightfully not called.
It almost looked like his landing on the ground was worse than the actual collision. There, tracking back, Zach Lloyd takes down Espindola. And is actually shown a caution.
That's one of those where it's a tactical foul, people on the wrong side of the ball, and right there you see him pull and tug. Not really sure that he wouldn't have been able to catch Fabian. Fabian's not exactly the speediest guy in the whole world, but I think that he would rather negate the counterattack as soon as possible when he's shown the yellow for it.
After those were their first consecutive wins since 2012. 2013, very difficult for them. Castillo now up the flank, and I think this is going to be a good matchup all night long. Castillo and Franklin. Back to Diaz. Diaz has a chance here, and a shot to goal. Mauro Diaz, do not leave him unattended that close to goal, and he made no mistake about it, and Dallas is on the board.
Look at this ball in from Fabian Castillo to Blas Perez, and look at this layoff. I mean, it can't get much easier. He's just patient. The defender takes himself out of the play, and it's an easy slot right by Bill Hamid. But great stuff from Mauro Diaz. You can tell his quality, you can tell his patience, and right there it's a goal. FC Dallas is up 1-0.
As Perez took that long kick from Seitz and tried to direct it to Diaz, and they almost connected. Now De Leon. Now he sends it over Franklin, back across after Arnaud got a touch at it. Now it does bounce to Arnaud. One touch, and Seitz has to make a fantastic left-handed save.
Never like looking up and seeing Davey just lurking at the top of the box. This ball pops back out. Zach does a great job getting up, probably puts it into a dangerous area. It bounces up off the ground, and Chris is able to make a good save at the near post, steered around the post.
Of course, the coach in Colorado in 12 and 13 before being named the successor to Schellas Hyndman last winter. Now Zach Lloyd's going to want to be careful here.
That's a second yellow.
That is a second yellow, and Zach Lloyd, already cautioned tonight, has just been shown the door. And with his hands on his face, he knows that he just took a liberty that a man on a yellow probably could not.
Well, this is the new league right here. This is new soccer. I mean, there's no way that anybody gets red carded in the history of the world in the past for 2 yellow cards that were maybe as soft as those were. And I know it looks like it's high, but I don't think he went in with any power at all at real time. And certainly Dave, he goes down and sells it. But he picks up a cheap one early, a tactical foul, and so he has to be a little bit more wary of what he does. And so now FC Dallas backs to the wall for 52 minutes, have to do a good job in terms of solidifying this lead and making sure that things don't get out of control.
Espindola always going back to that left foot. De Leon back to Johnson, sends it to the far post, shot to goal. Fabian Espindola works together with Eddie Johnson. Johnson to the far post. Espindola hungry to get a piece of it, and we are level.
Great ball outside to Eddie Johnson. I said I'd like to see Eddie Johnson be a target inside, but what a cross. Right into the most dangerous spot, back post, head height for Fabian Espindola to make a great heading movement towards the back post.
At the stroke of halftime, the last 10 minutes or so not kind to Dallas as they take a red card and then they surrender the lead.
DC United is trying to get this ball back into play as quickly as possible so they give themselves the most opportunity at getting the second that they can.
Espindola to Franklin. Now Franklin looking long, and that's Park. Shot! Big save there. Doyle. Rebound shot, a goal. Bobby Boswell, after a big save by Seitz, and it was a matter of time, and DC United has taken the lead at an hour.
Well, you say that it was only a matter of time, and I think that's kind of what I saw as well. Too many people watching this happen. Chris Seitz comes up with a big save, keeps the team in the game, and it pops back out, and nobody makes that next challenge, and Bobby Boswell steps up and authoritatively smashes the ball home. Good ball in from Sean Franklin to the back space, nodded back, Doyle, I believe, and then it's Bobby Boswell. Unexpected score, but they were knocking, and DC United ends up coming up with the goal, which is very, very timely.
Into the pouring rain yet again, Nick De Leon, Fabian Espindola. Oh, a nice job to get around Watson there. Chips it into the middle, and another goal. This one is Sean Franklin, as Espindola does a really nice job going around Watson and is able to send it into that dangerous area, and really kind of just a deflection there from Sean Franklin, and it's now 3-1.
Well, Fabian does a wonderful job in terms of breaking the defensive pressure, puts a ball into a dangerous spot. Sean Franklin, we were talking about how he's not used to being in that position, but he's certainly been there quite often tonight. He's able to steer this into the goal.
Good hunger there, and a nice bit of skill, and not sure Chris Seitz had any chance. Lots of Metroplex products around Major League Soccer.
Notice that DC isn't happy with the 2-goal lead. They continue to press. Here's Chris Rolfe.
Now Rolfe lays it off. Espindola again, shot and a goal, and this is out of hand now. Fabian Espindola is certainly feeling it, and he just did it again. 4-1.
It's a turnover deep in FC Dallas's third. Chris Rolfe picks it up, lays a ball into the center of the field, and Fabian Espindola smashes it home with his left foot. Chris Rolfe has been serving some nice balls in there. It's simple, but it's a well-timed run, and everybody in DC United celebrating, and FC Dallas is just shell-shocked here, as you said.
You certainly just can't give them that much space at that portion of the field. It's not going to end well. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Sitting over there on the grass, he must be stretching, but
it is a full bench they have tonight.
It is a full bench.
There really isn't room for him on the bench.
I would imagine that he deserves space on that bench as much as anybody does.
Crying out loud, somebody stand. And a collision, and a yellow. Oh, excuse me, was that a straight red? I believe that it was. Michel went in, and it was on the far side of the field, so forgive me for not having the details as I was admiring Espindola's seat, but it did look like a collision with some ferocity, and let's yeah, you know,
it is from behind.
Come on.
I'm not sure if he comes forward. Does he hit him in the head maybe after with his hand? I'm not sure, but get one more glance at it here.
I'll leave that for you. Yeah, when you talk about the spirit of a side, there's great optimism that this side has more resolve and a winning spirit, if you will, but that will have to wait for another night.